Alright, it's another day back at the track. It's a hot day, but Alhamdulillah, some clouds are covering the sun, so it's not too bad. Right now, time check is just a minute past 12. Today is a speed day, so we're gonna be doing some flies, some marching drills, and possibly working on some endurance stuff at the end of it. If I can do some tempo runs at the end, that would be great, depending on the time and depending on the heat and fatigue. Alright, so let's get this warm-up started. Okay, so gonna change it to my spikes. Clouds look dark, so it might rain later on. Let's just hope that I get done with my session before the rain even starts to fall, so I can make it to the bus stop without getting wet. So in my last sprint session, I kind of had like some knee pain. So I was doing some 4-point starts. I don't have blocks, so that's the closest I could get to training my acceleration coming off the blocks. And during one of the starts, I felt a sharp pain in my knee, so it's been holding me back quite a bit, and I feel that it could be the result of improper load management and maybe increasing the volume of my training a bit too high, or the intensity of my training a bit too fast. So gotta manage that load a little bit better, and yeah, just watch out for the intensity and the volume that I do. Today I'm going to be doing probably 20 to 40 flies. Maybe I'll do a 50, maybe I'll do a 60 later on, depending on how I feel. I'm gonna start with some like warm-up sprints, just drop in starts, just to fire up these bad boys for a bit. So if there's one thing I wish I have during this block of training is some speed gates, so I can sort of measure whether I'm improving in my 10-meter flies and whatnot. Of course, we make do with what we can. I don't have a clue on how fast I'm running my flies. I tried counting frame rates and stuff, but you know, it can be off by 0.05 seconds, and that makes a lot of a difference in a 100-meter sprint race. So yeah, I'm gonna be hitting the straights and the bends as well, because I'm also going to do the 200 meters. So let's get a couple of reps in on the straights, and then we'll go to the bends right after that. So another one of my struggles is, I think, my weight. Right now I'm at about 85 kilos. Obviously not the lightest, not the leanest to be taking on sprinting. So if there's one thing I can do for the next track meet prep, is that I want to be a little bit more leaner, and I also want to try and sort out my knee issues. So that's something that I'll work on after this track meet. Right now it's a bit too late for that, and I guess the best thing I can do for myself moving forward is to focus on body composition, because you know the saying goes, fat don't fly. For a long time I've been just really focused on the barbell lifts, getting stronger and all that. So nutrition is something that I haven't been too particular about. The only thing I've been particular about is just like hitting my protein numbers. So I'm gonna have to work on that and try and improve myself in that aspect. idea what the timing was, but that felt fast. So happy with that effort. Next set, I am gonna try and get into some 3-point starts, just to work on my acceleration portion. Try and get as much acceleration as I can in that first 20 meters, and then after that, maintaining that speed in the fly zone. Okay, so that was tough. A bit of a headwind there. That's fine. Let's just take that as slightly resisted sprint, I guess. One more set on the straights and then we go to the bends. So we're at the bend. I'm not too sure what exactly 20 meters is, so I just went by footsteps of what I think it is. So we're gonna start at the 200 meter mark, and then there's a fly zone in the bend. Let's get this done. So I'm gonna be doing like those jump in starts. I'm not gonna be doing the 3-point starts. Just wanna preserve the knee a little bit more. I think I've put it a little bit too much load since high rocks and then the previous training block as well. So we're gonna go conservative. We start off with a jumping start, try and get as much acceleration in, and then we go fly in the fly zone. Okay, so I'm just gonna go one more set with the flies, and then I'll do just a couple of tempo runs, maybe 3 sets of 100 or something. So here's just a little thought that I had in my head. Back in secondary school and in primary school, we used to have lots of like track meets and track and field meets and stuff, where there will be like 100 meter races, 200 meter races, 400 and a lot. So somehow that just stops in secondary school, and right after that, most people don't sprint anymore unless you're an actual track athlete, which is kind of weird to me, because like I thought that it would be more ingrained with us Singaporeans that we maintain the sprinting ability, or like we get into like track and field since it's a yearly thing that we do with our classmates and stuff. But that doesn't happen. Instead, what becomes more popular is the endurance side of things, like marathon, half marathon, 5k, 10k and whatnot. Not saying or downplaying that it's a hard thing. Like I believe that any kind of physical activity, any kind of health-seeking behavior is is great and stuff for the population, for people to stay active. But it's just weird that track isn't as big as it could or should be. The barrier to entry is pretty low. I mean, we've got multiple stadiums open all over Singapore with open tracks that you can do your practice and stuff. There's track meets, but most of the track meets I think are for younger athletes. Pesta Sukan is probably the only one that I know I can join in with a low cost to entry, only 15 bucks for 3 events. And yeah, it's just weird. I don't know why don't people get into track and field. Is it because it's boring? Is it because they don't see the value in it? Or is it because like you feel you put in more work when it comes to a long distance event? I really don't know. But yeah, sprinting really is the fountain of youth. I've never felt more capable and functional ever since I started sprinting. And this is something I don't think I will ever stop, and I will forever keep it in my program and in my life, because I don't want to lose the ability to be able to chase down the guy who tries to hit on my daughter. Oh, aggressive dad coming out there. Okay, I'm gonna do one more set on the bends. Only 3 sets today. Starting to feel a bit of niggle in my shins. Sign of shin splint that's gonna happen real soon if I do more. I will try and do the tempo runs. I really hope I can. I've been slacking on those as well as some of my conditioning work ever since high rocks. But yeah, I do what I can. You know what? Tempo run's not gonna happen today. Shin splints getting worse. So decided I'm gonna skip the tempo run. Been getting a bit of like a shin splint, so I will do probably tempo runs another time, maybe on Saturday, maybe tomorrow. I think I'm gonna have to swap my conditioning stuff from on feet to off feet. So that means long runs are gonna be swapped out with air bike stuff, and yeah, I think for now that would be the best approach to minimize the stress on my shins, my knees, and all that stuff. Yeah, at this point of time, I think I've done as much as I can in terms of like my strength training and sprints and stuff like that. So it's all about like trying to make sure I'm okay to race on the day itself, which is a bummer. I wish I could like really put in a solid block of training, but you know, when load management goes south, you have to adapt and try to fix things or try to prevent more damage from happening. So yeah, I'm gonna listen to my body, do the smart thing, and try to keep my legs as fresh as they can, or as good as they can be for the race itself. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Alright, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you want to follow on my journey on becoming a master track athlete, which will happen in 3 years. Alright, so in 3 years I'll be a master track athlete. That's when I want to be really serious about it and like focus on it. So this is just the building phase of my track journey. First meet since 2007, and it's gonna be fun. Okay, enough yapping. I'll see you guys on the next one.